Let's talk about some of the shows that I've been watching. Andor, I actually got to see the whole season early because I interviewed Tony Gilroy, the showrunner and head writer on the show. Brilliant man. And Genevieve O'Reilly, who plays Mon Mothma. And so I was really excited to do that, and I was excited to jump back into Andor because Andor Season 1 was one of the most satisfying Star Wars journeys I've ever been on. I've loved this character, Cassian Andor, who admittedly I didn't love when I saw Rogue One, but under this new sort of umbrella of embellishment and getting to know this character a lot more, holy crap, is he one of the coolest creations in Star Wars. And holy crap, do I wish that Tony Gilroy had come to Star Wars a little sooner. I feel like a combination of Tony Gilroy and Dave Filoni working together to create spikes out of the George Lucas sort of style of creating stories in this universe, in this galaxy, would have been amazing. And now that I've seen Season 2, I'll tell you this about Season 2. Again, it's one of the smartest, most literate pieces of science fiction entertainment I have ever enjoyed. You know, it's up there with Battlestar Galactica and The Expanse in terms of telling stories that are allegories for what's happening in the world now and on a rinse and repeat kind of cycle in the world. It's about the fight against fascism. It's about rebellion. It's about standing up, and it's about how rebellions start as little sparks and little fires all over the place, and you can't put them out once people have that in their heart. And it really dives into that. It has this kind of proto-French resistance kind of quality to it, as the Empire is really shown to be evil and human and flawed and ugly and scared and terrifying, and also scared of themselves, scared of their own shadow. There's no trust. And we get so many layers. But this show is so freaking well written, I had to watch it with the subtitles on because I didn't want to miss 1 second of dialogue. I was just blown away by the writing in this. And of course, all the performances stack up. Stellan Skarsgård is incredible again. The effects and the scale, like this merger of practical effects and Mandalorian-style screen-based effects, is so flawless and wonderful. And all these different planets that we get to go to, and how the rebellion kind of sort of takes hold and really stretches across the galaxy, expertly told with this. And when I talked to Tony Gilroy, I kind of brought up the idea that this series now, with Season 1 and Season 2 and Rogue One, is almost another perfect trilogy. It's really an awesome opportunity, I think, for Disney and Lucasfilm to look at this work and do one of two things. Recut everything a little bit to make these a theatrical experience. I think a lot of people would go to that and be very entertained by that. But also examine some of the other characters from Rogue One and maybe splinter off and create other stories with them. Maybe not whole 2-season arcs with everybody from Rogue One, but there's lots of really interesting characters in there. And, you know, these are characters that aren't carrying lightsabers around. They're not really tapping into the mysticism of the Force, but they really underscore the terror and the horrors that the Empire means in this galaxy and what it means to just survive in these actual wars. It's a mature take on all of it. And holy crap, is it satisfying, especially for somebody that also loves the more theme park Star Wars experience as well. I love going to Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, and I love shows like The Mandalorian, and I've been entertained in lots of different directions with Star Wars. But this, as someone that's been around for the whole ride, you know, I saw Star Wars in 1977 in the theater, and to see this sort of mature with me and with many millions of others out there that have been along for the whole ride, just something incredibly powerful and wonderful. This is up there as one of my favorite Star Wars stories ever, the whole Andor experience, and this season is as good as Season 1, if not better. It's definitely bigger, and there are time jumps in it. It's not to be missed. It's up there with The Mandalorian as my favorite stuff in Star Wars on Disney+. It's right up there with that. I love it. 10 out of 10 for Andor Season 2.